On Christmas Eve 2008, in a quiet neighborhood in Covina, California, a man dressed as Santa Claus walked up to a family home carrying a brightly wrapped gift. Minutes later, that same home burst into flames. And what followed became one of the most shocking Christmas massacres in American history. This is the night Christmas turned into horror. But what could make a man turn a joyful holiday into a scene of unimaginable devastation? Tonight, we uncover every chilling detail. The Ortega family was known for two things: their love and their legendary Christmas Eve parties. For over 20 years, they celebrated together, laughing, eating, exchanging gifts. But in 2008, hidden beneath the twinkling lights and festive music, someone was watching. Someone who felt wronged. Someone who believed this family, once his own, owed him payback. And while the Ortegas prepared for joy, he prepared for war. And what he put inside that wrapped Christmas gift box was enough to destroy an entire home in seconds. His name was Bruce Jeffrey Pardo, a seemingly polite, friendly engineer. A man neighbors described as quiet and normal. But life wasn't normal anymore. He had just gone through a bitter divorce. Lost money. Lost his job. Lost custody battles. Lost everything, except his anger. And anger, mixed with time, creates something deadly. So Pardo spent weeks crafting a plan that required the one disguise no one would ever suspect on Christmas Eve: a Santa Claus suit. But Pardo didn't just dress like Santa. He armed himself like a soldier. Pardo didn't wake up and suddenly snap. He was methodical. He purchased a 9mm handgun, 3 additional semi-automatic weapons, a homemade flamethrower, and the most terrifying item of all, a homemade explosive device hidden inside a large gift-wrapped box. He rented a car under someone else's name. He made his Santa suit custom fit. He rehearsed his entry. He even created a list of targets. This wasn't revenge. It was an operation. And at 11:30 p.m., he made his move. The doorbell rang. Children ran toward the door. After all, how often do you see Santa on Christmas Eve? The door opened. Smiles appeared. And then, bang, bang, bang. Pardo started shooting immediately, targeting members of the Ortega family. Panic erupted. People screamed and ran for cover. But the nightmare was only beginning. Because that wrapped gift he carried? It wasn't a present. It was a pressure-sprayed gasoline device, a custom-made firebomb. All it needed was one spark. And when the spark came, nothing could stop what followed. The explosive device ignited, and within seconds, the entire living room was engulfed. 40-foot flames shot into the sky. Christmas decorations melted from the heat. Smoke swallowed the entire house. Victims tried to escape, but the flames moved faster. Firefighters arrived to a scene they could barely approach. The heat was so intense it melted parts of Pardo's Santa suit. 9 family members would lose their lives in those horrifying minutes. This was no longer a shooting. It was a massacre. But in the chaos, Pardo himself made a deadly mistake, one that would change everything. As Pardo's firebomb exploded, the flames and heat triggered something unexpected. The Santa suit began to melt into his skin. It fused into him, causing severe second and third-degree burns. Suddenly, the plan wasn't smooth anymore. Pardo escaped the house, burning, stumbling, panicking. Blood and melted fabric stuck to his body. Pain slowed him down. This wasn't how he imagined his revenge finishing. But instead of fleeing the area, he went somewhere else. Somewhere shocking. Where he went next raises a disturbing question. Was this part of the plan, or a backup ending? Pardo drove 35 miles to his brother's home in Sylmar. His brother wasn't even there. But inside that quiet house, Pardo made his final decision. Police would later discover him dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. A Santa suit-wearing mass murderer who set an entire home ablaze ended his story quietly in another man's living room. But investigators found something else. Something that hinted the massacre was supposed to be much, much worse. Because inside Pardo's car, detectives found a second nightmare waiting to happen. Inside the rental car, hundreds of rounds of ammunition, materials for more bombs, and the entire vehicle was rigged to detonate if moved. If police had attempted to tow it, it would have exploded, causing another deadly scene. But one thing stopped it from detonating. The Santa suit's melted remnants and Pardo's injuries made him clumsy. He dropped something inside the car, likely preventing the wiring from completing the circuit. A disaster narrowly avoided. But behind every massacre is a motive, and Pardo's motive is darker than revenge. Investigators pieced together a disturbing picture. Pardo's divorce from Sylvia Ortega was bitter. He was ordered to pay massive alimony. He felt humiliated, cheated, and financially destroyed. Family members say he blamed the entire Ortega household, not just his ex-wife. His resentment grew into obsession, and his obsession grew into a blueprint for destruction. This wasn't a sudden rage. It was premeditated hatred. But one question still haunts investigators. Why kill the entire family for the actions of two people? We may never know. But the clues left behind tell a chilling story of a man who wanted control. And when he lost it, he replaced it with violence. The Covina community woke up on Christmas Day to a scene of ash, grief, and disbelief. 9 members of the Ortega family gone. A home reduced to rubble. A community changed forever. The massacre is now remembered as one of the deadliest Christmas-related crimes in U.S. history. Yet one question remains unanswered. If someone had seen the warning signs earlier, could this nightmare have been stopped? The Covina Santa Suit Massacre is a harsh reminder that evil doesn't always appear in the shadows. Sometimes, it dresses like Santa Claus. If you want more true crime documentaries, more dark Christmas stories, and more real-life mysteries, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Also tell us in the comments. Should the Santa Suit Massacre be made into a movie? Thank you for your support. Between truth and darkness, there are stories that bleed. Welcome to Crimson Crime Cases.